Faker will be the player of the game on LeBlanc from game number 2. Faker picked up 9 votes out of 12. The observers decided to spread some love to other...
And he's been really good, and he keeps getting better.
It's only Ona on this team that is really able to stand in that.
Yeah, playing Sylas into Lucian is a very unpleasant experience, and this is a very different approach from T1, not opting in to play something that punishes the Sylas, but instead still going to have a lot of priority, a lot of control in the lane especially.
Not a good time. And it's only gotten worse, right, with the Kingslayer nerf as Fate going to dive forward. We can see that the stats for the Sylas very good, but it was a different situation for the Sylas. There's the dissonance, gets the slow into Fate. The clockwork is well and truly winding up.
Yeah, your fleet is going to help you a little bit.
Oh, that doesn't help anyone.
Not a lot, no. T1 side, 3 amazing ones. I guess you can say that the Gnar obviously is by far the strongest as Ona.
Oh yeah, in he goes. Carrier's going to get the flash. They're looking for the stun onto Effort. Hook is going to connect though onto the Leona as now Prince trying to get that damage down. The Ignite's ticking, but Carrier does make it far enough away. We were looking at that teleport ward there as Summit not going to come in.
In an attempt to try and really pressure Kana in a 1v1.
That's a big... Nah. And Summit is going to get walloped and has to use the flash to get out of the way of it. Spear will connect.
Ooh.
That's a parting gift if ever I've seen one. Nice work, Ona.
Getting into T1 with an advantage is not a fun experience.
Oh, getting a flash would also be good as immediately Teddy's going to cleanse. Has to flash though because the Flay was in range. He's only got a piercing arrow to throw down, but now no flash.
20 CS. Oh, this is a scuttle.
Yeah, great hook to come forward here as Carrier's just going to flash onto Prince, but immediately he has the cleanse, takes the lantern as well to get himself back into a better position. The spears and the arrows need to land. If they
Faker's coming as well.
Yeah, fish
looking
barrel
dangerous.
Down here. There is a shockwave available.
Double TP available for Sandbox though.
Trying to get as many plates as they can before they unleash the Rift Herald. There's a very deep teleport to come through from the Sylas. There's Effort in a bit of trouble. Croco looking for something as the shockwave going to come through, but the Heartbreaker is buffered. Croco makes it out. Fate spotted here by Ona. That's great news for T1. As Fate not even able to get himself out of the way of the spear, as Ona walking further forward than even Effort was expecting, as now the fight is going to break out. Solar Flare goes completely wide. They do get the flash out, so Croco has to use everything as now Prince down to 350. And T1 still closing in. The war of attrition from this poke composition working beautifully right now. And if Ona had missed maybe 2 more of these spears, this could have been a very different situation as Effort almost just barely getting missed by that last spear as that piercing arrow is dangerous as Fate has found Faker. There's the shockwave, but it's more of a hula hoop here for Hula Hoop back in the day. It's like, wow, he landed it. Speaking of landed it, goodbye, Mr. Cannon. Can't even get these stuns off.
Both Faker and Kana really going all in on the second Herald. Don't think it's that important of an objective, but might get ourselves a fight here, Atlas.
Yeah, they're still looking for it. Teddy's walking over Vision. Moving towards this one as Shirley is going to reset. Teddy going to get some vision here of the rest of Live Sandbox backing away.
Skirmishes par excellence. The problem is, if you don't get into that position, like how do you actually start a fight? Like, you're great at skirmishing, but if this happens...
Yeah, you're dead.
You're dead. And then that someone, generally, will be dead.
Oh, it's another Solar Flare to come out as Carrier goes on a wild ride, hit by a hook in the middle of it. He's able to flash himself out to safety. Is to give a comp like this, map controllers, that's a big old Gnar into the wall. The Cannon in trouble is going to have to flash out of the way of the spear. As he takes so much damage, Cannon wants more, and he's going to pick it up with the Hyper Proc. The turret isn't going to be able to come any further forward, and Shirley is going to get her work done. Hook not going to be avoided here by Teddy, who finds the Chains of Corruption onto Effort. Keep pressing that R button. Beautiful, love it.
We in the LCK have learned to truly appreciate the Cloud Souls for what they're worth. And I think a lot of other regions, they don't really appreciate what they have. As just, you don't need to do this as T1. And this is again feeling very similar to what we see Teddy do here, where he just says, no, Fresh, I'm going to take you down.
오, 지렸다요?
You face check this, because if you walk into unwarded territory, into a poke comp, that's scary enough, but it's also a Gnar Orianna Leona comp.
Yeah, so much CC. The pick potential here is just ridiculous as Effort walks over the control ward. Croco in position. The rest of Liv is wave clear, certainly going to be dangerous as Fate says, no, I want to be able to hit you with your own ultimate. See whether he can actually find it as now Teddy is just trying to, walk this one out as best he can. Escaping from the Sylas is going to be difficult as he lands the chains over the wall. Goodbye.
Great, also Teddy. Flashing in the line, not ideal, and this is the kind of flank you need.
Yeah, Liv Sandbox looking for even more here. Teddy still dead for 10 seconds at the summit. Has found 2 with his slicing Maelstrom. Faker immediately taken down. Carrier is just running away as best he can. The Baron's been alive for 50 seconds. And Liv Sandbox are trying to end that now as they move over to the pit.
And now they're going to lose the Baron this early on.
Yeah, it's an absolute disaster. Teddy really desperately wanting to hold on to his flash. And unfortunately, he uses it and dies anyway. So a bit of a shame, as we're going to check this one out as well, as they looked for the pick onto Prince, but unfortunately, the counter engage was too good.
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to be that far up, especially with a great spot. Kana, you can't get caught here. Drake is coming up soon.
Yeah, he's teleporting in vision, and it is going to get cancelled. Goodbye, Kana. Where they can. The Baron has respawned as now Kana looking for Summit, but the teleport will come forward. That's a flash, and Summit just immediately goes golden, buys time for Fate to get on in here. And Kana, I don't know what that was, but it did not work. I want that. This is in fact the trade that they like making, is Carrier going to get a bit of a face check onto Fate, who's going to gnar him into the wall. Solar Flare defensively as the chains will connect onto the gnar, as the Shockwave does come forward as well. Faker is going to try and zone them, and they do so. T1 indecisive right now. The Baron going down relatively slowly as Summit looking for his flank. There's the flash in. The exhaust is going to come down though, as now Summit's in trouble. He's going to fall immediately as Carrier goes golden. Chains of Corruption connecting, but there's not that much damage on T1 side. Prince forced out of there, has some short-range weaponry at the moment. And it's a 4v4. Prince is the win condition as there's the gnar. And Kana may have done it. They lock down effort. As now right into the back line they go as they trade 1-for-1. It's supports now that have been taken out.
And I don't think either team can go for Baron here, but they're now moving towards the objective. Kana coming in with the flank.
Yeah, immediate teleport to come through here as Fate looks for the chains, but only finds a hijack onto Teddy. Now Kana with absolutely 0 Mega Bar shows himself to the rest of Liv Sandbox. The 3 could collapse on him. He does
to be the case. And man, tough fight here. As the immediate exhaust is so big here. Everyone playing really nicely around Summit. Expecting him to come from that angle. Double stopwatch used well. Fate not really able to get a lot done. Yeah. But the same can be said for Kana, right? Like it takes Kana very long to actually get into relevant range, also trying to preemptively go for the gnar into the wall on Prince taking that objective. But now you're a Phalios and they're funneling into you in the choke point. So you don't want to do that.
Good about that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Under the zeroing that Liv Sandbox has is too much. Soul point is taken, but oh! Whew.
Okay, Teddy. Very close, but Summit might just be able to take him down here. Just needs one more Q, and that is goodbye, Barretts. In the meantime, T1 are taking on the Baron. Let's see whether they can actually lock this one up. They're going to need to try and burst it. Lantern Ride is going to be taken here as T1 will be able to secure the Baron, but can they get out alive? 2-man Shockwave comes on through. Summit also has to use his Zhonya's, as now Owner is also going to go into his, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough as Liv Sandbox tidy up. It's Kana and Carrier left with a Baron, but not the greatest. Certainly was a bit of a Hail Mary as this. Like imagine if Prince just gets one shot here. You know, if that W-empowered Q is going to connect there from Teddy. Could have been a very different story. Could have been just a really clean take, but unfortunately Teddy overextends for the attempted kill. And it is going to be a punishment there from Summit. As we're going to check here on the bottom side of the map, Kana, with his Baron buff, is going to get jumped on by Croco, but agreed. And it's also, as far as ease of execution, this composition works extremely well, as there's the Solar Flare. Looking for some of these ultimates as Croco's going to flash his way out. Kana looking for the gnar bar, but he's going to get denied. He was right all along, I tell you. As the teleport to come through here from T1. Summit trying to turn this possibility as he's immediately going to get exhausted as Faker not going to get taken down here. Summit absolutely is. Chain's not going to connect at all, as now Prince going to take a Lantern. Chains of Corruption connect, as that's a big gnar from Fate. But where's the follow-up? He does find his Zhonya's button. Shockwave comes through and they get rid of the Silas. Croco trying to get out of there as Owners dived on forward. Goodbye, Mr. Aphelios. There's not enough years quite available here for the Liv Sandbox 80 carry, and now T1 pushing 4 strong down the bottom lane.
And it looks like both teams are looking for the Ant. Croco is very low. Kana's going to try and defend. I don't think they can do this. If you have full health bar as Viego there, maybe. But Kana is fed. He's at the ready.
Oh, not able to stop it. Man, that could have been big. But it is going to be the inhibitor taken one more time here from T1.
They're looking for it.
Yeah, we're going to go for the end. 5 members of T1 pushing on forward. 25 seconds on Fate, 22 on Prince. Is now Effort desperately trying to keep these turrets alive for T1. They are one-track focused. They want this 3-0. Hook is going to connect onto Faker, but it's not going to be enough. And T1, despite everything that happened in the mid to later game, they are still able to make that decisive play and take down Live Sandbox 3-0. In this best of 5.
And I think it was the messiest game out of the 3, but it's still one that in the end...
This was coming from T1 this time around,
Yeah,
with the amount of ups and downs and hots and colds that we were getting throughout this one. As, yes, T1, congratulations. They are going to be moving forward into the second round of the playoffs, facing off against one of Damwon Kia or, of course, Gen G for that rematch. Remember, Gen G were able to take down T1 3-0 in the spring semifinals.
Oh my.
Possibly some revenge available, depending on who Damwon Kia chooses as their opposition.
And I think it's actually hard. Because you can look at this series in multiple ways. You can look at this as T1, Teddy's back, they get the 3-0. It's just a really nice collapse from T1, identifying that one member is not in place at the right time.
And imagine if that knob has the slicing that's done. Yeah, as we have a listen to T1 winning.
내가 집 갈게.
이거 끝낼만 하다.
끝낼만
해볼만 해보여.
리다 힐 분배 잘해봐.
나머지 먼저 뛰어서 이거 쳐도 돼.
만화 잘 아껴봐.
끝낼만해 이거.
Communicating the base race possibility, making sure that
Italy keep healing, keep healing, keep healing.
풀었다.
야, 나를 셋 타줘. 할만해.
Not quite able to stop the back.
바로
타줘.
캐넨 10초, 캐넨 10초.
야 이번에 끝내야 돼.
쳐야 돼. 타워만.
쳐야 돼. 비고 약해.
타워.
비고 약해. 비고
타워 해.
약해. 타워 비고 약해.
타워.
벌려.
타워. 벌려줘. 타워.
이거.
You see Oda clutching his hands
타워
there.
쳐야 돼.
타워 쳐도 돼 그냥.
아, 지지 수고했다 얘들아.
나 탈진이 없어서. 타워 쳐도 됐어. 타워 치면 끝났어.
that went from super high like tense shot calling to just devolving into everyone screaming tower.
Yeah, tower. As Summit did a lot of damage this game, but you saw a lot of that load was shared here by T1. I'm actually quite interested in who this is going to be. It's going to be Canna, who picks it up on the Nah.
Even with the 2 less than optimal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
We are very confused about who's going to get it. In fact,
love it.
everyone outside of Teddy picked up a vote